Japan will export used Navy destroyers to the Philippines. According to the reports in the Japanese media, the export plan involves 6 Abukuma-class destroyers in service with Japan Maritime Self-Defense Forces for over 3 decades.
While the cameras focused on big speeches and bold headlines at the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore, something far more important was unfolding quietly behind closed doors. An event that could shift the balance of naval power in Southeast Asia.
The Philippine Navy confirms Japan's possible transfer of used Navy destroyers to the country. According to Japanese media, 6 warships equipped with anti-ship missiles and torpedoes will be exported to Manila.
Breaking news: Japan has confirmed the transfer of 6 warships to the Philippines. And this isn't an outdated fleet being offloaded. It's a carefully calculated, high-stakes move that could redraw the strategic map of the region. For the Philippines, the impact could be enormous. Welcome to Asian Pulse, your trusted source for defense intelligence, military upgrades, and sharp strategic insights made for every Filipino. Today, we're opening the curtain on what could become one of the most defining moments in Philippine maritime defense. These are not ordinary ships. They're Abukuma-class destroyer escorts, versatile, combat-ready vessels designed to hunt submarines, intercept aerial threats, and guard against hostile ships. But the real question is, why now? And why is Japan stepping in with this handover? This is where strategy moves to the center of the stage. What does this mean for the future of the Philippine Navy? Could this mark the rise of a stronger maritime presence in the West Philippine Sea? And how much of a deterrent could these ships become as tensions rise with China? Here's where the story grows more intriguing. Reports suggest that some vessels will arrive stripped of certain advanced weapon systems. Why would that happen? Is it standard practice? Or is it a carefully measured political signal that blends diplomacy, defense budgets, and subtle messages directed at Beijing? It raises tough questions. Is Japan giving the Philippines a critical asset or sending a coded warning? What remains on board and what's taken away? And how might these decisions shape China's next moves in the contested South China Sea? We're breaking it all down, from the technical capabilities and mission roles of these ships to the alliance politics and hidden signals between maritime powers. So stay tuned, because what looks like a routine ship transfer may actually be the opening move in a new chapter of Philippine naval power, and possibly a turning point for the Indo-Pacific balance. If you want sharp insights on Philippine defense modernization, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is more than a headline. It's the deeper story behind a major shift. A wave of change is building in the Pacific, one that could rewrite the rules of naval partnerships in the region. Japan has now approved the transfer of all 6 Abukuma-class destroyer escorts to the Philippines, every single one. This isn't Tokyo clearing out stock. It's a deliberate, strategic move, unlike anything seen before. The burning question is, why now? Why would Japan, a country famous for its restraint in arms exports, choose this moment to hand over some of its most capable submarine hunting ships to another nation? The answer is rooted in geopolitics. Japan lives under some of the strictest rules in the world when it comes to defense exports. Their own 3 principles on transfer of defense equipment and technology make it clear military hardware can only leave Japan when there's a compelling strategic reason. And when a deal of this scale gets the green light, it always carries meaning far beyond the paperwork. This is now the largest transfer of combat-ready Japanese naval ships to any foreign nation in modern times. For a country that has walked carefully around military affairs since World War II, it marks a historic break from decades of caution. So what's the pressure point driving this? The story begins in the West Philippine Sea and stretches across the contested South China Sea. China's assertive maritime actions have rattled the region, and now two former World War II adversaries find themselves moving into alignment. What's unfolding is a 21st century struggle, waged with Coast Guard standoffs, naval blockades, and high-stakes submarine hunts beneath contested waters. Here's where it gets specific. The Abukuma-class ships are not arriving as is. Before the Philippine Navy accepts them, each vessel will undergo a summer inspection. And the checklist isn't about whether the engines turn over. It's about which weapons and electronic systems stay, and which must be removed. The Harpoon anti-ship missiles, those are expected to be stripped out. The Phalanx close-in weapons system, engineered to swat down incoming missiles and aircraft, can only transfer with US approval. As for the sonar and radar suites, while reliable, they belong to an older generation of tech. So what will remain? And does that make the deal worthwhile? Here's the twist. Even without the heaviest firepower, these ships are far from hollow. They carry proven hull designs, powerful anti-submarine features, and platforms that can be modernized and adapted for years ahead. What the Philippines gains is a foundation, a leap toward a stronger, more independent naval force. But steel and technology are only part of the story. This deal signals something larger, a reshaping of the security dynamics in Asia. Japan is stepping into a more visible defense role in Southeast Asia. The Philippines, once seen as a minor naval player, is being handed a chance to scale up fast. And China? Every move is being monitored, every detail assessed. So what does this transfer truly represent? An act of support, a subtle warning, or the early signs of a powerful alliance? Keep watching, because the meaning of these 6 ships runs deeper than hardware. It touches sovereignty, shifts the balance of regional influence, and hints at the future direction of maritime strategy across the Indo-Pacific. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next move in this unfolding story. Here, we don't stop at headlines. We dissect them, expose what others overlook, and reveal what it all means for the Philippines and the wider Indo-Pacific. Beneath the noise of daily news, a deeper shift is gathering momentum.
In a bold move that signals a significant shift in policy, Japan has sailed a warship through the Taiwan Strait for the first time, drawing sharp criticism from China.
Japan's decision to hand over these ships signals more than a fleet transfer. It hints at the dawn of joint weapons development. Imagine this: Filipino-designed upgrades mounted on Japanese-built hulls, engineered with one mission in mind: countering China's expanding naval presence. This is bigger than aid. It's the first step toward a transformational partnership. A new kind of defense relationship is emerging, one where the Philippines isn't only receiving hardware, but becoming a co-creator in building tomorrow's maritime deterrence. And it all begins with these Abukuma-class ships. To a casual observer, they may look like patrol vessels. In reality, they're specialized anti-submarine warfare platforms, tailored for a pressing challenge: Chinese submarines edging closer to Philippine waters. Each ship carries an Oto Malara 76mm naval gun already familiar to the Philippine Navy, giving it punch. They're fitted with ASROC launchers for anti-submarine rockets, torpedo tubes, hull-mounted sonar, and advanced search radar. Many of these systems are designed to mesh with modern Japanese or even NATO technology. Below deck lies the real leap forward: a Kodag propulsion system that blends diesel and gas power, including a Rolls-Royce turbine built under license by Kawasaki Heavy Industries. For the Philippine Navy, this is uncharted territory. It's faster, more sophisticated, and demands a new level of crew training and engineering expertise. The question is, can our sailors master it quickly enough to match the rising challenges at sea? Because this isn't only about upgrading vessels, it's about reshaping an entire navy. Japan's move is no accident. It's a message to the region, standing with the Philippines and proving it with action. While Filipino supply boats endure water cannons, blockades, and harassment near Ayungin Shoal, Japan is answering with ships. And this may only be the first step. Behind the scenes, analysts see what could follow. Brand new Japanese-built vessels for the Philippine Navy, joint ship design aligned with the Re-Horizon 3 modernization plan. Even the beginnings of a regional shipbuilding alliance linking Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines. Picture it. 3 advanced economies pooling resources and expertise to build warships in the region. For the region, that would be a historic leap forward. But here's the challenge. Are we prepared to rise into that role? It will demand deep industrial capability, logistics strength, robust supply chains, advanced training programs, doctrinal upgrades, and airtight cybersecurity. Acquiring warships is one thing. Sustaining and evolving them into a world-class navy is another. This moment isn't only about acquiring ships, it's a test of vision, endurance, and commitment. If the Philippines meets it head-on, this navy doesn't simply modernize, it transforms into a force reshaping maritime security itself. For ongoing updates, analysis, and insider breakdowns, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because what happens next could define the next era of defense in the region. Now, let's face the reality. These Abukuma-class destroyer escorts are not new builds. They've seen more than 30 years of service. But with serious investment, they could form the backbone of a revitalized fleet. They'll need more than regular maintenance. Outdated radar and sonar must give way to cutting-edge systems sourced from Japan, South Korea, or NATO partners. These are not extras, they are the essential sensors of modern naval warfare. Some defense analysts are pushing a bold idea, replacing the removed Harpoon missiles with modern firepower, like South Korea's Haesong anti-ship missiles, or the Naval Strike Missile, a Kongsberg Raytheon system already fielded by US and allied navies. But everything depends on one critical factor: funding. Without real commitment from the Philippine government, especially Congress, these warships risk ending up like others before them, tied to the pier, underused, or stripped for parts. The real question is, are we ready to invest more than money? Are we ready to invest intention? Because this isn't only about adding 6 hulls to the fleet. It's about choosing the kind of navy we want to become. Do we remain a coastal defense force? Or do we evolve into a maritime power that shapes security in the Indo-Pacific? That requires more than missiles. It means training sailors to master advanced propulsion systems and electronic warfare suites. It means building local expertise in integration, long-term maintenance, and upgrades. It means forging alliances that endure, not one-off deals. And most importantly, it means developing the ability to modernize these ships ourselves so we stand on our own 2 feet. Because the real value of these Abukuma-class ships isn't in the steel, the guns, or the sonar. It's in how we choose to use them. This could be the start of a transformation, not only for the Navy, but for how the Philippines positions itself on the world stage. It's a chance to move from reacting to threats to shaping the region with a clear, forward-leaning strategy. But that shift won't happen automatically. It will take vision, investment, leadership, and relentless modernization. The ships are on their way. The only question left is, will we make them count? For deeper insights, expert analysis, and full coverage of AFP modernization, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because what comes next, you'll want to see first. And make no mistake, China is already watching. The transfer of 6 Japanese-engineered warships to the Philippine Navy, potentially upgraded with NATO standard systems, is not being ignored in Beijing. Why would it be? From their perspective, this is more than ships. It's a shift in the regional balance of power. Insiders warn, expect more pressure. That could mean intensified military patrols, aggressive maneuvers near contested shoals, and live fire drills dangerously close to Philippine waters. Behind the scenes, diplomatic pushback may already be underway. So how does China view this move? Is it provocation or preparation? The answer depends on how the Philippines decides to use it. And the bigger question remains, are these ships a lifeline or a test we're not ready to face? Because the truth is clear. Warships alone don't make a navy strong. Real power comes from what follows: how we upgrade them, how we train to sustain them, and how we fold them into a strategy that defends every inch of our waters, from surface to seabed. The Abukuma-class transfer could be the spark for something much larger: a stronger Philippine Navy, a deeper alliance with Japan, tighter ties with the US, Australia, and South Korea, and maybe even the beginnings of a regional defense network built on joint production and shared technology. But everything comes down to action. Delay the upgrades, neglect the training, stall the funding, and these ships risk becoming relics before they ever see combat. Or worse, they become symbols of wasted opportunity at a time when threats are rising fast. When the first Abukuma-class ship arrives, the status quo ends. The region will be watching what the Philippines does next, and so will we. So now I turn it over to you. Can the Philippines handle 6 new combat-ready warships? Should we prioritize missile systems or double down on anti-submarine warfare as Chinese subs creep further south? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective matters. If you want a smarter, stronger Philippine Navy, like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because our next intel drop is on the way.